about this on the show before. You have African American rappers saying N-word this and N-word that, but a Caucasian can't.
So say it.
Say what?
Say the word you want to say.
I'm not saying that I want to say it, I'm just saying that I can't.
So you can. Say it. Say it right now. I will say it with you.
Oh, this is hypocritical. You know we can't.
Sure you can. This is America. Both of you.
What's up out there, YouTube? It's James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope all is well with you guys out there on this beautiful midweek Wednesday. All's good here. That was a clip from the show The Good Fight back in 2021, where Delroy Lindo was on the show discussing the proverbial N-word, the controversial word N-word with an actor, practically daring him to say it, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? But as you see, well, they didn't want to say it. Well, in this situation right here at the BAFTA Awards 2026, you had Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo ready to give the first award of the night, where you had John Davidson, claimed to be a Tourette's advocate, just come out of the blue and just yell N-word twice. Okay, now his excuse for doing that is because he suffers with Tourette's. Okay, so without further ado, let's check out the video and then we'll get into another video, you know, with them making an excuse for this.
First BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making.
We're here to celebrate.
Presenting the first BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making.
We're here to celebrate.
The stars of the film Sinners, Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo, walk on stage to present an award at the British version of the Oscars. Then, out of nowhere, someone in the audience starts shouting obscenities, including the N-word. Both actors are taken aback.
We're here to
So who would be so offensive? The foul-mouthed insults came from this man, John Davidson. He suffers from Tourette's syndrome, a neurological condition that causes involuntary motor and verbal tics. Davidson is the inspiration for the critically acclaimed movie I Swear. The film star Robert Aramayo beat out Timothée Chalamet and Leonardo DiCaprio to win the Best Actor BAFTA.
Robert Aramayo from I Swear.
Later, BAFTA's host Alan Cumming took to the stage and attempted to apologize for the shocking outburst.
The person who has Tourette's syndrome has no control over their language. We apologize if you were offended.
But for many, that apology was not enough. Unacceptable, writes Jamie Foxx.
While people do have sympathy for the fact that he does have Tourette's syndrome, there's feeling that Black people are being asked to show grace, and grace is not being shown to them, about how incredibly powerfully just upsetting this word is.
You can think about it sort of being like the worst thing that could happen at the worst time, where, you know, it could even be that the person is worried that, oh, I might say something like that. And even despite their worry and their attempts at trying to control it, it may still come out.
The shocking outburst happened in front of an A-list audience, including Prince William and Princess Kate, who made their first public appearance since the arrest of the former Prince Andrew over his dealings with Jeffrey Epstein. They had no idea they'd be hearing this.
Now that's a bunch of bullshit. Let me tell you something. The only syndrome that John Davidson suffers with is being a racist special need inbred sub syndrome. Okay? And that's just all it boils down to. If that's the case, he has the same syndrome that all races has had since they've been on the planet. Not buying this right here. He knew full well what he was doing. Okay, why did that word happen to pop into his mouth? You see, well, out of his mouth, when Delroy Lindo and Michael B. Jordan walked up on the stage. He said what he meant, and he meant what he said. then gonna get up and leave. And then, you know, and the thing is this, when you talk about the producers of the BAFTA Awards, they come up with a bunk excuse saying that the show was actually on a 2-hour delay. And the slurs could have had been edited out. But the reason that it wasn't is because they did not hear it. Okay? Look, the whole world heard those slurs right there. Okay? And I'm sure y'all did too. You call yourselves trying to make a point. You see, that word don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's just something that the unchosen has to say to the chosen ones. Okay? And that's basically what it all boils down to. That's just something that the devil seed has to say about the Most High's seed. That's basically what it all boils down to. Okay? This is what it has been for centuries now. And it means nothing. Okay? It don't mean nothing. He's sitting up on his ass, you know, special needs. And he's special needs. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that claims Tourettes, and Tourettes don't work like that anyway. You know, it don't work like that. Tourettes basically just, you know, they have uncontrollable urges, you know, and physical jerking and carrying on and stuff like that. He could sit his ass in that chair and one jerking around and twisting and turning and all of that kind of stuff, but he can make the N word come out his mouth twice. Okay? And then knew what he said was wrong, then gonna get up and excuse himself, you know, and leave the award ceremony. If they think people are buying this mess right here, well, you can sell a bridge to these people who's trying to spin this right here. It's just not going to work. Just admit what he said, and he said what he meant, and that's just all there is to it. And besides, just like back in the first clip that we watched, the good fight in 2021, they chomping at the bit to be able to say that word right there. It's so important for them to want to say N-word, N-word. A lot of the subs do. And this is where you find a lot of them being knocked unconscious, you know, and drug out, you know, in the streets, you know, laying on the side of a curb and what have you, because they want to be able to say that word right there. As far as I'm concerned, it means nothing to me. If one of them called me that, I got so many more words to call him that actually sticks, that actually means something. Okay? The only stigma that this word right here have is that it was said to so many of our ancestors before their life was taken, or whatever other atrocity that John Davidson ancestors all suffer with, since he says Tourette's. All of them had Tourette's then, because that's what they were saying out of their mouth too, just like y'all saying now. These are some of the same things that they heard, you know, before their life was taken away from them by the hands of subhuman beings. Okay? And that's just what it is. The real 3/5ers. All right? 3/5 of a human being. The ones that can't control themselves saying this N word right here. The real 3/5 of a human being. That's what that all boils down to. You can't fool the people. Jamie Foxx was right. You meant it. You meant it. But that's okay. We ain't got much longer to be dealing with this kind of mess from these people, if you can call them that, you know, that has this kind of attitude that's on this earth to keep up chaos. You know, you got this war. You're heading into World War III. A lot of your sons and daughters are going to be shipped out to give their life for the purpose of an orange man that don't give a damn about none of you. He proved that when he told y'all back here, what was that in 2020, 2021? The insurrectionist thing. He said he was gonna be down there with y'all. Y'all dumbasses went down there looking for Donald Trump, and he wasn't there, and then you got mad and just tore up this place. You know what I mean? And did all kinds of crimes. You know, act just like real 3/5 of a human being does. Monkeys is what y'all act like. You went down there, shitting all in that damn building, tearing up flags, busting windows, attacking the security. Everything that monkeys do, y'all done. But yet and still you turn around and call us monkeys. Name one time that a group, overwhelming group of so-called black folks that you like to refer to as N-words went somewhere like a Capitol building, shit all over the place, tore up every damn thing. You see what I'm talking about? Attack security. You know what I mean? Name one time in history that this happened. You can't. That's y'all. The real 3/5ers. Okay? That's just what it is. That's all I got on this one, people. I'm tired of talking about, subhuman, behavior and their rhetoric and all of their lies. Now you want to use your disease Tourette's as a reason why you said, you know what I mean, with your dumb ass. You're an embarrassment to your own folks. That's what it is. Well, people, like I said, that's all I got on this one. I want you guys to tell me what you think about this situation. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on it. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. People, please remember to live your life as though we are being watched, simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.